We were sitting by the window while the city turned to gold, talking about the years behind us and the stories left untold. You said you'd forgotten somehow what it felt like to believe. I told you maybe broken hearts still have reasons to dream. The rain was falling softly, like a whisper on the glass, and for once we weren't afraid of what we left behind the past. Maybe healing is an instant, maybe hope returns in time. Sometimes all it needs is someone who says your heart is still alive. It was the night we learned to believe again, when the darkness didn't feel so strong, when two hearts that had been hurting found a reason to hold on. It was the night we learned to believe again, when tomorrow didn't seem so far. You looked at me and somehow I remembered who we are. We didn't know what awaited at the end of that road, but for the first time in forever we weren't afraid to go. You told me about your fears and I told you mine as well. We didn't try to hide the scars, we simply let them tell the truth about the people we had struggled to become, the battles we had carried and the places we had run. But something in that evening made the past feel less severe. Maybe all those lonely seasons had simply brought us here. We don't have to erase the memories, we don't have to change the past. We can take what made us stronger and let the broken moments pass. It was the night we learned to believe again, when the silence turned to something warm, when we stopped expecting every beautiful thing to disappear inside the storm. It was the night we learned to believe again, when your hand reached out to mine, and suddenly the future didn't seem so hard to find. We didn't need a promise, we didn't need to know, we just needed one small reason to take another step and go. Morning came much sooner than either one of us could tell. The city started waking and the darkness broke as well. You smiled across the table with the sunlight in your eyes, and I saw something I'd forgotten, a little hope begin to rise. It wasn't perfect or dramatic, it wasn't some grand design, it was simply two hearts choosing not to leave hope behind. Maybe love doesn't rescue us, maybe it reminds us how to rescue pieces of ourselves we thought we lost somehow. It was the night we learned to believe again, when our wounded hearts began to of you. How two people almost gave up before they found something true. We'll remember that old window and the rain against the glass. We'll remember how we promised not to live inside the past. We'll laugh about our worries and the fears we couldn't hide, and be grateful that we chose to take that first step side by side. If you ever lose your faith again, I'll remind you what we found. There is still a little light, even when there's none around. If the road becomes uncertain, we can stop and breathe a while. You don't have to see the ending, you just have to walk 1 mile. And if tomorrow feels impossible, we'll borrow strength from yesterday, because we already survived the nights we thought would never fade away. Believe again, breathe again.